Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artists or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today or what we doing today or whatever it is, it's gonna be good. Woo!
I love you all so much.
Just whatever the first thing that
Adam and Eve.
we can see you now.
I know, and thank God.
Yeah, that's generally the response we get from everybody, but we keep it clean. Black people.
United.
God.
Love.
Community.
Community. Ooh. That's a hard one for me. Wait a minute. You said the first one that comes to mind?
Yep, first word that comes to mind.
Unity.
Children.
Love.
Peace.
My soul.
Amen. Okay, JaVonne, you're up next.
Okay. Dance.
Music.
House.
A home.
Church.
Fellowship.
Brother.
Strong.
Romance.
Needed.
Amen. Go right there.
Right there. Yep.
Hey, everybody, this is Kenny Bobian, and you're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez. In order for them to judge it, I had to sing it again at the last minute. And so when I did, don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? You said you'll be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh, baby. I love you. I need you. And when I did that, it went bananas. They couldn't even go. They couldn't even go over it anymore. They was like, he won.
Man, Rezzy.
Woo.
Electronics have been trying to mess with me today.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
Ain't nothing but the devil. But guess what? We's here. I's here. I's here.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You know that's right. You know that's right. I love that clip with Kenny because when he sings that Acapulco, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, all in the time we're supposed to.
Exactly. And you know what that reminds me of, that little snippet of his beautiful voice. It reminds me of Rasan.
Rasan?
Yes, because we have to have him come back because he cuts out there's certain clips from his interview with us that he posts and reposts, and that just tells me that he really enjoyed being on the show.
Either that or he said some shit.
Oh, he did though.
He wants to drill down on, and he did say some shit.
He did. And the thing that I ran into last night on, I think on Insta, damn, that he had edited out, which I really like that edit. I'm about to steal it for myself. Is when you asked him about the song he sang at your wedding, and you asked him about the authorship of it, and he started talking about how he did it off the dome. You know, somebody played the music, and he was like, okay, and they were like, go in the booth, and he gave a little taste of that. I love when we have artists on here and they just sing
At that age, too. Because
Yeah.
what was so remarkable about that is I'm like, you had that on your mind at that age? Good Lord. Because it was very like, Rasana is one of the baddest vocalists on the microphone.
Everary.
Yeah. If you have an opportunity, or any of y'all have an opportunity to see Rasan Patterson live.
Good morning, Kimberly.
Right.
Good morning, Sandra. I have to apologize for being late. Me not feeling 100% is not the reason. It's obviously my Mac was not feeling well this morning.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with her. I thought it was a he, but now I'm just certain it's a her.
Well, it gave me time to do something I rarely do. And I think this show, the title, I never got out of my head. You people have me in the have brunch in the basement. You don't have any food. From Jane Elliott when she came on the stage.
Yes.
You know, her full of thought, and she said bullshit.
Yeah, she was like basically, oh, okay, so I provide the food.
Right. Exactly.
Actually, she did.
But doing the show actually gives me an opportunity in the morning to center. I'll grab a banana, I'll grab something, whatever. And I had to, I was whipping up something from my mom, and I made something to eat for myself, something hot, which is rare. I got to change my habits.
No, that's pretty cool, man. For me, it doesn't. It's not that. It's like, hurry up and prepare for the show. Get everything together. Make sure everything is working. Get all your, you didn't do that. Put that together. Get that together. Make sure this, and what if this happens? I have to be prepared, like because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to do a drive-by. Anybody can come up and I need to have their shit ready. I don't know who they are, but we have certain people that we know may pop up at any given time. Or not only that, just making sure that this whole thing works.
Right.
And I wasn't even able to get the Instagram up, but we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna be Tammy too much today.
Tammy too much.
Speaking of which,
yes,
I cannot wait.
Me either.
What day is that gonna be?
Luther Vandross coming to the big screen. I don't know how far they're gonna go back. And I know, Pop, I think you went to a screening, so don't tell me. But I have some private Luther stories of my own that that warm my heart, every bit of it.
Are you gonna share any of it?
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the show will premiere. Okay, so CNN to debut Luther Vandross documentary on New Year's Day. Okay, the show will debut at 8 p.m. per CNN. The project chronicles the story of Vandross from his formative years in Harlem, appearing at the Apollo Theater house band, and the first episode of Sesame Street through his ascendance to become the indisputable master of the love song. Vandross's own voice is featured to tell story via archival. There's that word again. Archived clips, along with interviews with Mariah Carey, Dionne Warwick, Valerie Simpson, and Roberta Flack. And it is airing New Year's Day, and you know how you guys are still hanging around the house New Year's Day, 8 p.m. on CNN, which should be amazing. And Luther Vandross, one of the most, like, when you talk about somebody who not only, like every artist, if you ask them and they're honest, will tell you, particularly artists that come from studying other artists, they do this thing called pay dues. And I know that's a foreign concept to a lot of youngsters, who thinks that they're supposed to be on and popping after the first thing they do, right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you have to pay your dues. And in paying your dues, not only do you get to work your instrument or your craft or your knowledge in the space, you also get to perform and to and to work out your material, sometimes with legends and you don't even know it. It takes a minute in my brain. Now, we had this conversation last week about what makes a legend, right?
Yes.
The word legendary is tossed around so much, and a lot of folks saying legends. A lot of and I how I define it is able to sustain a body of work or sustain yourself in a certain business for a period of time. Where you are noted in the period of time. Like, you can't come on and do one album and consider yourself a legend. However, and this is just music. However, you might be able to, depending on the time, what your album actually did, in the world, and who you are, your body of work, because I say that speaking and giving total kudos to Lauryn Hill. One album, legendary album,
one legendary album,
part of a legendary group,
and also part of legendary movies.
Right, exactly. So when you talk about somebody's
legendary status
or history, thank you, it encompasses a lot of things. I don't care what the ballroom children tell you, everybody ain't a legend.
This is true. Now, I'm not going to say who, because again, we have people that come through here all the time, and whether or not people are legends, it's also, up debatable in some circles or whatever. Good morning, Pop. Love you. However, I could think of this one-hit wonders that we know their name because of one song they did that was great. It was a great freaking song. It comes on, that's your jam. But it's one song. Is that person then a legend, or did they create a legendary song?
I think it goes to the song in that category, unless the person has a body of work outside of that song, because
that's also legendary.
Right.
Which, there are some, I think we get caught up in, I love that song, so that song is legendary, therefore that person is legendary because I love their voice on that song.
Or you can say classic, whichever one,
Right. So I think classics are different than legends.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, because there is, I think classics are sort of what do you call it? Sort of like the bar for a period, an older period, a historic period. Classic is always something that we revere from the past, but you could do something legendary today. You can make your legend today with a body of work or without. It depends. If let's just say somebody today decided to do the thing to save America, whatever that thing is in your mind, keep it to yourself.
Save America from what?
From tyranny, fascism.
That's the American way.
But hold on, let's just say that somebody, come on, use your imagination, go with me now. I'm just saying, they could do one legendary act to change the course of things, then what they have done is legendary. And then if they continue to lead, they will become a legend. Or they may become a legend because they took a stand and did a thing.
Okay.
And that thing has it goes on for all of history. Everyone is gonna know that particular thing that they did that changed the course of the country or whatever. I'm just saying. Classics, I think more in terms of art.
Really?
Yeah, like you can have. I don't think that Martin Luther King Jr. would be considered a classic. He's a legend. But would I say he's a classical? It's like a category. It's I don't know. It's like classic R&B.
Okay.
We know.
Won't it all be classic after a certain period? Like for kids that are 5 years old, won't Bootylicious be a classic for them?
I hope not. I mean, Bootylicious. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, there are other songs. Hopefully, they will choose.
No, I mean, I was referencing this.
There's some great songs by the same artist that they could choose.
Okay. Well,
like
no. Won't no be a classic for them? Is there
possibly,
classic for
possibly? How can I say what's going to be still relevant?
No, but I mean, if you're referencing time.
Well, it depends on what is still relevant 20 years from now for that 5-year-old, that person that's 5 now. When they're 25, will that still be it? More than likely, Bootylicious will be the classic. But yeah, it could be. It could be. But will it be legendary? I don't know.
He's had some kind of eclipse over here or something. It's just crazy.
I know. You look. There you go.
Ooh, but I have to turn the computer light up because this is.
Pop said. Okay. Set your calendar, CNN, to debut Luther Vandross documentary on New Year's Day.
Yes, Crazy in Love is a classic right now.
Oh yeah, I love that thing.
Every time I hear that come on, I'm like, it just makes your body move.
And Single Ladies. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Okay. Put your hands up. Okay. The film will debut at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time per CNN. The project chronicles the story of Vandross from his formative years in Harlem, appearing in the Apollo Theater house band, and the first episode of Sesame Street, through his ascendance to become the indisputable master of the love song. Vandross's own voice is featured to tell the story via archival clips, along with interviews with Mariah Carey, Dionne Warwick, Valerie Simpson, and Roberta Flack.
Me too.
Me too. Pop says he loves artists that leave legacy music.
Yeah.
And maybe Crazy in Love will be a classic. And I think it will be.
Yeah. And Dangerously in Love, definitely. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think so.
Whoever wrote that one and the delivery on that one is amazing. I love that. That's a big body song.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, speaking of Roberta Flack, Pop, Brandon called me last night. I was working. And Brandon's like, JaVonne, I have to tell you this because you're gonna love it. I said, I am, Brandon. What? He said, I know you're gonna fall out your chair. I was like, okay, what's going on? He said he got in touch with a friend and sent the friend a picture of Shaka Khan with Roberta Flack. and the friend works with Shaka or had worked with Shaka or something. And the friend got the message to Shaka, and Shaka tweeted him and
Tweeted him.
well sent a tweet, an X or whatever
DM.
they call that, whatever they call that thing. Because I'm definitely not there anymore. But so anyway, he got a message from Shaka and he wanted to share it. And of course, I was very happy for him because I know what it is to get a message from Shaka Khan. Just, it's something. I was very happy for our young man, for our young Brandon. Yes.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, there's that. There's that. So much going on and nothing happening.
So I tell you this. This week was a little bananas though. Miss Khan's lawyers on line 3, JaVonne. Line 3, JaVonne, for Miss Khan's lawyers. um, that's always hilarious. These drones. I'm just gonna say this. Is Gigi popping on today?
Gigi will be popping on today.
All right. I'm gonna leave this crazy race to get the signature from Biden shutdown shit in her lap today. Right? I'm gonna talk about something. You know what? I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all thought about it, and that's that. However, these drones flying all over the place, and now somebody said it's Disney doing surveys of where they want to move from. Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. Try again, because they're being seen in other parts of the world too, and a bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I figured out where they are.
There's something nefarious going on.
Absolutely. And it's okay if you don't want to share, because you're not, going to tell us the absolute truth, because these suckers is coming out of water. They're in this over here in my area, South Jersey, all over the place. You know what I mean? And listen, you ain't surveying nothing because ain't no space up here. There's no space in North Jersey. So, and if they're coming out the water, I don't know, folks are seeing them all over the place. And I'm glad folks are able to snap pictures and shoot video. If you see these things, suckers flying, shoot your video.
Yeah. Gigi is actually here, and we can bring her on if she'd like to talk about the drones. I think we can bring her on. Give me a minute.
Oh, I want Gigi to talk about this shutdown bullshit.
Oh, but they're not shutting down.
I know, but what do you think about the whole drama of it all?
How you doing, Miss Gigi?
Gigi,
hello. I was up here laughing at JaVonne, always getting in trouble with the lawyers. Pop gonna spank your hand.
As usual.
As usual. How you feeling, JaVonne?
I'm hanging in there, Gigi.
That's good. Hey, Raz. Hello.
What it do, boo?
How you doing? You all in dark and stuff? Like,
what's going on with my stuff over here? Like, it's weird. Like, the signals are acting wacky, and neighbors outside.
It could be those drones.
Just shoveling the sidewalk. I'm hearing the cement scraping. There's nothing there. I have a neurotic neighbor. She's just out there just to be out there. And she's like,
oh gosh.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was shocked to see all that snow in my backyard. I was like, okay. Nothing on the ground though, which is good. Don't take much for these New Jersey people don't know how to drive, so you don't need snow on the road.
So I was saying to JaVonne just now, I'm curious about what you're in my head now, Gigi. So like if something crazy happens.
I'm sorry. You gonna charge me? You gonna start charging me?
No. It's a good thing, because I'll say to myself before I go off on it, or just say, you know what? It is, yeah, Pop, that's what it is. It's weird, this light. I'm sorry. It just keeps doing that. what I was saying is I was going to get your opinion on what you thought about this shutdown that didn't happen, but the whole hypocrisy in the roads and steps that got us there. And how, you know, I'm sick of the way the media reports it because it's always manic and the government, you know, ninth inning. But what's going on?
I want to say this. I'm sick of the Democrats at this point. I am sick of them. I'm tired because we cannot continue to keep saving the Republicans from themselves because it does us no good. We don't get credit for the stuff we do, and then we get blamed for stuff we don't do. So what is the point of, and I'm going to stop saying we, because I would say I'm more center-ish, right? There's some things I do not at all. Maybe the old Republicans, I could say I was in line with some things, right? In how we deal with some things. This crazy people going on now, no way in hell. But the Democrats really need to get it together. You cannot continue to save them and then look for votes later, because no matter what happens, they're going to always see it as it was the Democrats that caused the problem, the Republicans saved them, even if it was vice versa. Now, I don't know if y'all think it's kind of weird, but you know, we've been saying that the true president-elect is actually Elon Musk, right? Which I've been saying. And, you know, he just came out of nowhere and then he wants to act like he's, it really boggles my mind what is happening right now. But him too. What'd you say? I'm sorry, Vonnie.
And he's an African too. They're not worried about that now, right? Because
he's an immigrant, right? But they don't like immigrants.
And he's an African. He's an
immigrant.
African.
Because he doesn't look like us,
right?
So you know. Yeah, when was he? Let me see. When he paid for it, I don't know. When he paid for it, that's when Kimberly. When he paid for it. Everybody just waiting around to see how long it's going to take Trump to get sick of him. But as long as his wallet is open, do you really think that's going to happen?
Well, he's paid for some stuff in advance, so Elon has a position somewhere. Now, what we finna call him as the American people is yet to be seen. You know, because I don't think he wants to commit to nothing but his space stuff. But
right, he wants to cut monies where it doesn't benefit his bottom line, right? Because where SpaceX falls compared to everything else, he wants that money to trickle down to the things that are pertaining to him and his businesses and other, big billionaires out there. But for them to try to put this whole thing out there to get rid of the cancer research and stuff for children, $190 million, and then try to take that off the plate, try to take off some stuff that had to do with Social Security, all of these things. Again, the American people will not hear it as the Democrats saved it. They're just not going to see it that way. I know. You know, we have a lot of people that are in the military will be affected. Those that are on Social Security, those that have that are in the government and for the jobs. But sometimes we just need to sit back and do nothing. Maybe there's a time we really need to sit back and do nothing. It's crazy that voting, there were more Democrats that voted for this bill to pass than the Republicans.
Oh, okay. So a bipartisan bill to increase Social Security heads to Biden's desk. The U.S. Senate passed a bipartisan bill early Saturday.
This morning.
Security benefits close to $3 million. Now, you know, and it would be, all benefits will be payable after December 2023. Now, you know what's interesting about that? And that's part of what I wanted to bring up with you, Gigi, because they seem to be doing a lot of scramble work right now.
Yes, they are. And it's all temporary. Right. So even with this, once we get to May of right, because this bill is going to sign and keep the debt ceiling where it is for right now. But then when March 2025 hits, we're going to be right back here again. So does it really help us in any way that they're just constantly putting our lives, our family lives at risk every chance that they get? So Biden's going to sign this. It's going to be a temporary fix once again, like everything else. I really would wish that the Democrats, who now I think hope and see that they have more power, though they are not in power, they will not be by the numbers. We actually have more power because it's showing you that the Republicans are not in line. When you have 30 plus of them that are still sitting out and saying no, it is all about the Democrats that need it. Now, they did mention this, which I thought was funny. I watch a show that they call Mike Johnson, Moses. They call him Moses Mike, right? Because he thinks he's Moses, right? Everything needs to be all about the Bible. So I thought that was funny when they call him that. He said that him and Elon had a conversation, and Elon said, "Oh, that's a very, very hard job you got there. Oh, do you want the job?" Now, for them to put that out there, because remember, there was a moment in time before they were sure that Trump was going to run, that they had put it out there because he was still, he was being the puppet master behind the scenes regarding the Senate after McCarthy left, that they wanted Trump to end up being in that position. So all I'm thinking, they said, well, they're thinking maybe they'll put Elon and Vivek in that position. Wow, 2 of them, not just one. I mean, they just decide they're gonna do whatever they want to do.
I'm looking for the next episode of The Simpsons. I'm going to them.
I know, I've been watching it too. The old ones.
Yeah, the old ones, exactly. This was making a whole lot of sense.
A whole lot of sense, man. Listen.
Like almost true to form. I was like, what?
It's crazy.
Oh,
crazy.
They don't seem to think that Mr. Johnson is going to make it to be.
Oh no, he won't.
So it's going to be a fiasco. And you would think again, and you're on point with this, Gigi, about the Democrats constantly, saving the day and not getting any credit for it. This has been going on for the past few years. But the thing is, if they don't do that, if they allow the government to close, then people will not get their paychecks. There will be no school lunches. Kids will not have what they need. There's so much that the government provides for people who are on unemployment, who need their money to pay their bills and pay their rent, for seniors. Just, if they let it crash and burn, which
yes, I agree with you, JaVonne, but you said something about getting the. I'm sorry, I'm my little horsey is riding by. Okay.
And excuse me if I'm making odd faces because my Mac is doing some weird shit. It looks yellowed out right now behind you guys, so you can. Look, if this show should crash, blame it on the Mac and not on my heart.
Blame it on the Mac and not on you, right?
Wow. Okay. You said something about they won't give us the credit, right? Can you help me understand the credit, whether it's them getting it for whatever they decide they want to do or us getting it? How does that serve the American people?
Well, because I would think that if we think about the past 4 years, let's just say, right? Past 4 years. And we look at the shenanigans that were going on in the House of Representatives. For a long time, there was no leader of the House. There was a lot of business that was not happening for the American people. And there were a lot of nonsense bills and money being spent on bullshit, trying to prosecute people that didn't deserve prosecution. It's where our tax money was going. Meanwhile, the Democrats were actually passing legislation to keep the government open, to to do things to keep things at least running smooth so that you and I don't have to even look that way. And so what happened was, when it came to election time, people, a lot of people actually voted for these Republicans that were busy with the shenanigans. Another thing, the what is it, the infrastructure bill, right? All the Republicans voted against it, all of them. But in different towns across the country, when these things started taking fruition, like bridges were being fixed that had not been fixed for 100 years, all of a sudden now it's being fixed because Biden and the and the Democrats put forth this money to have these things done. The Republicans stood up and said, "See what I did?" But no, you voted against the very thing. They voted against school lunches. They voted against things for children in poverty. But when it was passed, they took credit for it. So not getting the credit for it. So if you do something, Rez, like I don't know, Cheryl has been complaining that the house is a mess. And I have been sitting here for weeks not doing shit. You come to visit and say, "Damn, yeah, let me help you out, Silky," and you clean the house from top to bottom. And I'm like, "Damn, thanks, pal. See you later." You shouldn't have done it though. I wouldn't have done it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Why you doing it? Here you go. You scrubbing and clean. I'm like, "What you doing? Why you doing that?" "No, I don't want you to do it." "Don't do it." And you like, "Yo, I can't have you living like this, son." "No," right? And you clean it, and then you say, "All right, Cheryl, nice house. Nice clean house you got. I hooked you up." And then later on, I'm like,
you see how crazy that sounds though? It's like, I don't care how.
But then I'm like, I understand that. But then I'm like, "Yo, you like what I did in the house, right? You like all this. So how you gonna hook me up?"
Maybe I'm too community minded in a sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, if it benefits the people, who cares who did it?
Right.
Who cares who gets the credit? I get it. But the thing is,
do.
In this instance, where I'm holding one leg and grabbing one arm to stop you from cleaning, and you manage to clean the house, and then Cheryl comes home and says, "Booby, you did this for me?" And I'm like, just for you, right? And then she showers nothing but love and adoration on me. Who cares, because the house is clean? Well, what happens is that I get to stay in the house and funk it up again. I get to, if you don't keep coming
in time, it's gonna be just as bad.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Just and nobody wants things to go awry, but it's almost like I'm trying to think of an example that will hit it, because the thing is that they keep getting voted and they keep being put back in power, even though they're fucking everything up.
Yeah, they're the reason.
They're voting against the people's best interest, and then they take credit for the good things that the other people did. It's just shenanigans, and it's
ridiculous.
So they're saying they're using the things that are good that the people have benefited from to stack their dossier, so to speak, so that when they're running off their things of why you should re-elect or elect them, they use things that they didn't do.
They not only that they didn't do, but that they voted against.
I mean, another good example is this. They kept trying to say that when Trump came in office, "Oh my gosh, I was getting all this money and the economy was awesome." Yeah, because he was on Obama's coattails, right? That was all the work that the Obama administration had done. But how everybody forgets what it was prior to, right?
And not only that, Gigi, the stimulus. A lot of people, especially our kinfolk, okay? Nah, man, he gave me that stimmy.
He gave me that money.
No, it
No,
was
he didn't.
Nancy Pelosi. It was Nancy Pelosi in the House,
Yeah.
in the Democratic House of
House
Representatives
of yes, it
that
was.
gave that stimmy. And Lady Eloise was like, "Wait, don't send out that stimmy. My name got to be on it." And
Right.
held
He
it
wasn't
up.
going to do it. Yeah.
Was not it? There was a debate. The Republicans did not want to give a stimmy. The House had more people in power at the time, more people in seats at the time, and said, "We passing this stimmy. We got to give it to the people." The only thing is, it needs the signature. Once a bill is passed, it has to be signed by the president. He wasn't gonna
He wasn't
sign
going
it
to give them that money. No.
unless his name got. He held it up.
He
I'm not
held it up.
signing it unless you put my name on it. I don't care if they starve. Now,
That's right.
I tell you something. Throwing out the stimulus check, just the name alone, if you just think about it, it's not stimulating your family, it's stimulating the economy. And they knew that giving that money out only meant they were going to get it right back. So
Correct.
it's like, so you can throw it out. You could throw out, hell, it could have been $5,000 a week. It would have come right back to the corporations that had us sitting there to begin with.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It kept the economy moving, which
Yeah,
is what they needed to get it back to moving.
that's the only time they pay attention in this country is when something happens with their bottom line. And all my roads always going to lead back to economics, all of them. 'Cause that's that's the lane I know. It's like, if you don't like something, do not, I repeat, do not spend your time, money, or interest there. Like, cut it off. That's the only time they care. And when they care about, like, and we have one example in our history during the civil rights time where we've proven that it works. When we stopped taking those damn buses in Montgomery and decided we wanted to walk. Oh, they changed them. They tried to drag us for a minute to see, oh, well, these Negroes telling you, this is really happening.
Yeah, they were gonna arrest people for giving people a ride.
Yeah, anything. When none of their covert operations worked and their bottom line was impacted, the law was changed.
But here's the problem, in my estimation, of the 2024 American Negro.
Oh, geez.
Oh boy, are we ready for this?
Hold on, I may need a hood.
She's like, I gotta put my hood on.
I don't know what's getting ready to come. That's layered.
It's just my opinion.
All right, go for it. Wait a minute.
Let me know.
Wait, she said, wait. I gotta get all the way hidden under here. Wait.
Somebody's gonna knock on my window with this one. I know it. Go ahead.
Pop right on time. Okay, y'all ready for this?
No, but
okay. Wait, let me take a sip of my tea. Hold on.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Make that thing nice and swallow.
Swallow. Yeah, let me swallow because I don't want to.
There you go. Sip your tea. But here's my opinion, is that the 2024 American Negro has reached a point where the comforts have become such that they supersede the bigger picture, and therefore are not willing to give up the comfort for the greater good. Like the Negroes of 1960s who walked miles. These Negroes today ain't walking no miles.
They barely walk a block.
These Negroes are not going to stop using their cell phones. Do you know what happens? And I know what happens because of the particular business that I'm in. When you take a cell phone from a child these days, the world is going to end. FAFO. FAFO.
Mm.
The things we have become so accustomed.
Spoiled.
I didn't want to use that word, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
To having that for us, if we're gonna protest, we protest for today. Nobody go to Walmart today.
Right.
I gotta go to. Okay, I won't go today. I'll just pick it
I'll
up
go
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Right.
No, honey, don't go back. Period. And I'm not necessarily calling for a Walmart protest on this show. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is stand up for what the fuck you believe in so that you don't fall for anybody's bullshit. We have lost that.
Yeah,
The
you're right.
2024 American Negro has lost that.
Mm.
And therein lies the conundrum, the issue, and the problem. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Well, like, it's still right or wrong. It's your opinion. You know, it's your opinion.
But I could be wrong.
It's still gonna be your opinion.
No, it will be. unless somebody can show me something different where we are willing to commit. I remember when people did get that stimulus, there were lines and lines and lines at the Nike store.
Yes.
I don't have
the Apple store.
I don't have nothing against Nike. I don't have nothing against Apple. As far as I know, Nike is not supporting Lady Eloise and the anti-DEI people. Pop said the new Negro differed from the old Negro in assertiveness and self-confidence. And that's a wonderful thing. But we need to be confident that we can live without the newest iPhone if that is on the list of things that need to be not bought.
Well,
not that is it. I'm just saying.
We can actually, because a lot of us sat on the cusp before all of this was created.
That's right.
The iPhone didn't come until 2007.
Yeah, but that's us.
Yeah,
that's us.
Right.
But
the 20-year-olds.
Right. The real American consumer is in there. They really pander to the 18 to 35, 40.
To 35, yes.
That's what they're pandering to.
Yeah. And it was must.
And that's the generation that was raised seeing a black president.
Yeah. Right.
They know that's possible because they had it. But for 8 of their 20 years, 8 of their 18 years.
So you're essentially saying that as much as they've been given, it's still dumb. They still can't reason beyond the.
No, I'm not saying that they can't.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that they can't reason. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I am.
that we didn't make sure that our history was not forgotten as we continued on. That our children were. So, JaVonne, what was the goal of the new Negro movement for 2025?
Ooh, that's layered.
I'm not a new Negro. I'm an old Negro. I'm not new, and I don't know what their goals are, but I know it needs to be to stop the shenanigans. And how can you do that? Now, there are the Justins.
The Justins, I love me some Justins, honey.
There are the Justins. They are the new Negro.
They the new ones.
But their movement has to expand. There's a generation, and I feel like my friends' kids, not all of them, but a lot of them had lost that thing that we were raised on.
I can tell you, because I've had this conversation a couple of times with the people that I grew up with and all of our children being together, especially coming from the projects, right? Because we all were raised in the projects, we did not want that for our children. And we gave abundantly, which caused excessive, spoiled, unforgiving, feeling like they are always needing, wanting, and not wanting to give back for anything. And that's, and I'll even take ownership of that, because when I think of the things I did from being in the projects with my son, my oldest son, because after that I ended up going to school, getting out, going to high rises somewhere, and then moving to Georgia, and then living in a home. So all of that, the kids really don't even know what the life was in living in the projects, because I got them out as quickly as I could. But for me, it was like, I'm living in a building on the 6th floor. And I think back now at 53, why in the world did I spend all this money to buy my son one of those big Jeeps that I had to literally turn sideways to get into a stinky, pissy elevator? Because in our minds, having tangible things to show the love and what you could do for your kids meant so much for the things that I did not have. And I wanted to go beyond as much as I could to give to him what I thought he should have. I know better now. And I try to explain that to the younger generation. Your children really don't need these things. They need your love. They need your support. They need to know that you hear them and that you feel them and you see their vision and their dreams. These are the things they need.
And they need an education about being Black in America. I always talk about education, and I don't just mean arithmetic and so forth and so on. I'm talking about history. And when you look at what's going on in Project 2025, you could see it right there in Florida. It is the whitening of American history. It is the whitewashing of American history. And I used to say, if you want to get reparations, let's start with education and the money. Okay, I get it, and the money and the property and all of that, but educate and tell the truth, because the truth. That's the one thing they don't want. They don't want us talking about.
They're fighting that tooth
Yeah,
and
they don't
nail.
want to talk about people being oppressed anymore. They don't want to talk about racism. They don't want to talk about any of that stuff.
No,
that's the truth. And because there's so much power in that.
In it.
There's so much power in that.
You know what comes from that they really want to stop is the sympathy. Because if we are telling the story of truth, then you have their people,
their
right?
children will grow
their
up,
children,
which is what happened.
They don't want their children challenging them.
Particularly
if they still see it going on in the household, it'd be like, Dad, you're bugging. Why are you doing it?
Right.
That is what is happening.
Yeah.
People are learning the truth. And so their children are like, you fucking racist, you bad guy, shame on you,
My best friend, my this, my that, we all hang out, we go to movies, like, what is wrong with you? They're not like that.
They're talking about indigenous people versus Columbus. Okay, they're talking about this. So they don't like this quote unquote woke. Right? They don't want.
It's amazing they took being awake as a negative.
And y'all's asses go back to sleep, and those of us who we will continue being awoke.
But you know what? They undermine. Well, they don't think too broadly of the minds of a lot, and that's where. And here's where I give the younger folks mad credit, because they don't care about. Like you're not fitting to spray them with no hydrants. You know what I mean? Like, it's too many of them, one, with the ideas, and they are willing to stand up in ways that and use their voices in ways that we did not have. We may have unified, and I'm saying this carefully, we may have unified in marching and unified quietly, but we were from the seen and not heard generation.
Correct.
They're not that way. they are definitely using their voices at the risk of whatever. They will tell somebody F you in a heartbeat, whereas we would not have done that. We didn't even look folks in the eye and in our day to do much of that. Now, that doesn't mean we weren't effective in other ways, because we were, clearly. But the energy behind trying it, it's like almost like, okay, fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because some of these kids is
That's right. They not like us. That's right, Pop.
Yeah,
I was singing that just yesterday.
yeah.
Like, man.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all, because and here's where, the two forces combine. Like, we'll give the education on it, meaning this ain't the first time they did this, homie. It ain't. No, they did this back in such and such and such and such, and this is what happened. We did this, that failed. Y'all try what y'all doing over there. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a consistent flow of information. I don't think that they're gonna let them get away with it, though. I think that they're severely underestimating today's youth. I think they are severely.
Well, I think that one of the things I feel like we have an issue with, the major issue, is the flow of information, misinformation, disinformation through social media. So there is where the difference is, right? We had newspapers, right? And so if you didn't buy a newspaper, then you didn't get the lies or the truth, and you only got it from somebody else. Right. But now everywhere you go, between the news on TV, everything on social media, if you even if you Google something, right, you end up having some of these websites just pop up with all of the lies that'll come at you. So the difference is they have so many avenues of receiving information that is not true, which has led to them believing things. When I sit on this TikTok all week long, and I listen while I'm working, I'm sitting right here. Look, my desk behind me, and I have my phone on, and I'm hearing some of the things that these people believe, that they had no idea, but this is what they were fed. This is what they truly think as truth because of something that they read or heard on social media. And there is what we have to find a way to deter and get facts, like JaVonne said, out to the masses. And force them, like JaVonne said, to read. And I say, when I get on there and I'm texting back, I said, please read, research, repeat. Because don't take my word. Look it up for yourself. And just make sure you look at different sources. Just don't go to one because this is one that you're used to, accustomed to. I don't do that. Right? So, and don't go to something that you're familiar with because it makes you feel good and it reads into your narrative. No, go to something that's going to contradict that, and then challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying? So people have to have that mindset, and I think that's where they've lost critical thinking. Critical thinking is gone.
Social media is scary for me in the sense that, like, when I was in school, I did an advertising courses, and I remember they would talk a lot about subliminal suggestion. How if you say something, 2 and 3 times, or maybe even more, you say it, that people will believe that it becomes embedded. It's the same way radio stations, play different music and they play the same song over and after a while. Something that you did not like, you're now liking and humming because you heard it over and over again, or it plays in the background of something.
That is Lady Eloise.
Yes, it is.
Strategy.
Oh yeah,
I do it. I'll just say that they're bad. I'll just say that and they eat it.
And then they do and I started seeing this during the pandemic, where if you had an opinion about something, you got an automatic, certain words would trigger that false, this is a false statement flag that you would get on your comment. And so that means that you can't have an opinion on social media that may not agree with the popularity. Now, mind you, some of the opinions, particularly about these little medicines that they was tossing around, was not opinion, it was fact, and you just had to wait for it to come out, you know what I mean, a little later on, as they were doing stuff and that didn't make any sense. Now we see it, but you had to be a little long in the tooth to understand Dr. Dummy that was over there making this again, because he's around during the HIV stuff, and it was almost identical in handling it, almost identical. They targeted a group of people that had situations they were living with already, predisposed. That's why they're dying. No, no, darling. They're dying because of whatever you're putting in this damn shot, and that's going to fuck their hearts up, and you're not telling them. So what, on top of what they got, you're getting ready to get them a dose of something else. Stop with this. And okay, so we'll just wait. So now you have all these people, and I'll say allegedly, okay, before Pop does, you have all these people that are having these heart attacks and strokes and things going on, and then CDC has to then write in their reports. Now it's on their site. This can lead to that. Oh, we knew that though. We knew that y'all were not completely, yes, one big old psychological operation, Kimberly. Absolutely. Absolutely. But if you were around in the 80s, they did it there. Whenever the government doesn't know, they're going to create something. Or whenever they're up to something, they're going to create something. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And if you pay attention, because again, watch, it doesn't do anything to repeat itself, because and the reason why it repeats itself is because the shit works every time. We have to stop buying into a lot of the crap. They went as far as to say if you didn't take it, you're losing your job. Wow, really? Okay, so you're forcing this on you. No, we're not forcing it, but they had some people so worked up that if you didn't get the shot and you went to work and you found out that they weren't vaccinated, oh my God, what hysterica did that create in your own system? She's not taking the shot. She doesn't care about life. And I was like, yo, relax. And now you're hearing that the ruling was that not only do you have to reinstate some of those people that you fired, you may owe them back pay too from COVID. Here we go. And who was it again? Dr. Kill Patient. Dr. Kill Patient over there doing the same stuff all over again. So I don't know. I just I've lost faith in the government. I've never had faith in, but in terms of like their slip has been showing for a very, very long time. And trying to make sense out of it. The hypocrisy is just bananas. It's bananas. Because you're a logical thinking person, JaVonne, as you are, Gigi, and some of this shit you just can't make sense.
Yeah, some of it does not make sense.
Yeah, but you know what? If you think of it from the nefarious point of view, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, well, sure. Well, sure. That ain't too we the people, though.
Yeah. I think I might have mentioned that I have a Black education thing going on where I share with some young folks Black movies, legendary movies, or facts from going way back from the time that our people were enslaved, and hopefully eventually we'll make it up to the present, because it's been so much. We're going step by step, piece by piece, movie by movie, and we're having discussions and so forth and so on. And there are times that I have to, because I'll hear that makes no sense. Why would they even do that? And it makes perfect sense from their perspective why they would do it. So in my explaining their point of view, their perspective, so here's my thing. I clearly understand your perspective. I think you're fucked up, but I understand where you're coming from. It's fucked up. But from your perspective and for your desires, I see why you think the way you do and what you do, why you do what you do. I'm I have critical thinking. I can see both sides of the coin. It's just that I prefer the side that cares for people, has empathy.
Humanity.
All people.
Humanity.
All people. Not just you five guys. Like, what the fuck? No, there's a whole world out here. But I understand where you five guys are coming from.
Mm,
I just wish y'all would go somewhere and sit down with that shit.
mm, mm,
You understand? I get it.
mm-hmm.
You know, you think you're supposed to own everything and have everything and do whatever the fuck you want to do. And in order for you to have everything, you feel like you know, if you just take from other people, then you'll just have what you want. Okay. I understand that.
Right.
And I understand you don't see that there's a problem with that because you're fucked up in the head. You're a narcissist. I get it. I see all your shit and you don't want therapy. You want shit. Okay. But you're
And more.
fucked up and more. But you're fucked up. Not only do you think you can take things, you think you can control people. You should be able
People.
to control people. You should be able to take what you want from people's lives. You should be able to squish them if they look at you sideways. Because that's just how you see it. I think you're fucked up for that. I wish you would go sit your ass down somewhere and have a and you know, maybe pray. I don't know. Go somewhere. And I know you won't. Because there's too many people, there are just too many people who you have bamboozled into thinking that you have their best interest
At heart. Yeah.
at heart. And here's the shit. Here's the shit. I wish Cousin Jane was on right now because here's the shit. The whole idea of race is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
We go from pink to peach to tan to chocolate to dark, crispy chocolate. We are human beings. You cut us open, you find the same shit in all of us. Right?
Right.
Some souls are dark and the hearts are black. But go ahead.
Souls you can't see. When you cut them open,
Hearts you can see.
yeah. The only true fight here is rich versus middle class and poor.
That's it.
There's no middle class.
Okay. A perceived middle class and poor. Okay.
That's
And
it.
the perceived middle class and poor, a lot of them side with the rich because they believe the lies.
The trickle down economics. The richer get rich, I'm gonna get some of
No,
that.
they
That's what
believe the
think.
lies of race.
Well, yes, the lies of race.
That's what
They also think they're
believe.
gonna
A
get some of that
majority
money.
Yeah, and they believe that too. I don't know why. Oh, because Nancy Pelosi gave them a stimulus,
Don't get it.
and they were bamboozled to think that the rich guy did.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon. He said he ain't even poor rich. I feel you, Brandon.
That control thing you talked about is so true. People wanting to, for some reason, they think that their beliefs should be what everybody believes. Like, you can believe what you believe, doesn't mean you have to force that belief on me. But these Christian people, for some reason, think that, oh, you know, the Bible says this and this is what you should do. And then they want to hold you to some daggone ideology of theirs. And it's like, but why can't you just mind your business?
Oh, no.
Why can't you just mind your damn business?
No, I got a neighbor that she doesn't even come out of her house. She's in the window dictating traffic. In the window.
See what I mean?
Oh, no.
You can't just mind your business.
So here you have somebody of two women of color living next door to you, same gender loving. She just don't know what to do with herself. I had wanted.
Does she come outside? Does she ever come outside?
She doesn't. She comes outside, but her car, her car, you can enter through her driveway, through her garage rather, which is under her house. You know, it depends on what side of the street you're on over here, because most of the driveways on my side are underneath their houses, you know, the garages. So she can come in through her house, go into her car, and go out. Like I see her sometimes in the car, but you will not see her standing on the sidewalk. You will not see it. Mm-mm.
I remember not the job I'm at now, the one prior to when I first started. I was in orientation. We talking first day, and you meeting some people we're all working from home. And this lady had the nerve to say, "Oh, I don't go outside." I'm wondering if it's your neighbor. Anyway, she said, "I don't go outside." I said, "Why?" "Oh, because they out there." "Who's they?"
Mm.
"You know them people out there, ones that dress like boys but girls, and the ones girls dress like." What? Mind you, you don't know who it is that you speaking to,
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying you just finished your basic orientation, which was what? Your HIPAA guidelines and regulations about discrimination, and the first thing you do when you get on the phone with some people is talk about how you are afraid to go outside because gay people, because she eventually said, are going to get her. And she is scared to be outside because the gay people are going to get her.
Well,
What,
you know
lady?
what? You know what? She should stay right inside.
Just go by and go, ah!
Yeah, absolutely.
I was so
If you are
thrown.
afraid of gay people, please stay in your house. Gay people are everywhere.
And the
Do
one
not
you
call
talking
for
to end up
any.
being your manager. And you talking this nonsense to me. So
Yeah.
very first call I got to do now is reach out to HR.
Exactly.
I didn't even meet my team yet. And I had to already report somebody. Like, this is craziness. This is the stuff people are sitting. What are you watching that you think gay people are outside about waiting for you by the door, like your neighbor?
And what they gonna do? Vogue in mass?
You know, if you look a gay person straight in the eyes, you turn gay.
Yeah, right. Don't drink no water from them. Forget about it. That's it.
It's just bananas.
It's crazy.
I
But this
mean,
is the stuff that they're getting on TV, from the news and from social media. This is the stuff. Fear mongering to get votes. Fear to pull people onto your side. Fear.
And please,
can't do it.
Who someone else wants to be in their bedroom with is none of my business. I feel that.
That's the truth.
I've seen some fine people with some not so fine people. Not my business, not my problem. I've had some girlfriends tell me that they're men I think I must have been about 30-ish. And my coworkers were about the same age. And they said they had never reached orgasm. And they had children. I'm like, well, shit.
Isn't that sexual harassment in the workplace?
Who's harassing who?
Rez went right there. Sexual harassment in the workplace.
Who's harassing who? Didn't bother me. If they
see, I'd have been one in the cubby overhearing it. None of y'all talking to me, mind you. Overhearing like, HR, they're out again. Over here talking about orgasms. I'm just trying to work. I just want to go home.
Kim like, oh my.
Look.
Oh boy.
Not my business. Not my business, not my concern.
But all right. For some reason, all up in the business of what other people
I could care less. Then keep trying. You've been with him 20 years and he ain't make you come yet. Just keep trying, dear, if that's what you want to do.
On occasion, depending on my mood, people like when I would hear things about what gay people, blah, 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 I was like, well, I'm gay and I don't do any of that because I'm abstinent. I don't do any of what you're talking about. Does that make me any less gay? Oh, well, you know, and then you force them to think about the fact that you're now verbalizing, making gay a verb as opposed to the emphasis off of who a person is versus what they do. You don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. You know, everything that you can do being same gender loving, you can do heterosexually, period. Oh, you're talking about the anal sex. Do you think the heterosexuals are not
what?
Sex?
That's the first
What
place
is-
they go.
Like, do you think they're not?
Jeez.
Stop it. Stop it. You know, stop it. That's
I don't want to know
why
about this
current
man.
culture is so jacked up in the head because they
They
have
are.
to, because of our definitions of male, female, what is masculine, what is feminine. Like we have these we come with this shit. And then when it does
Yep.
not line up to what we think, when a human, a real living life force does not line up to whatever we perceived in our head, all shit is like scrambled.
Yep.
All shit is scrambled. As opposed to wanting to get to know or understand, we get scrambled because it lives outside of whatever box we've painted. And I blame some of it on the church. I blame some of it on social media. It's all over the place. It really is. You know, before we had social media, we had the good churches doing the that. You know,
good churches.
man, listen, I don't know how many pastors I've had to challenge there respectfully. And one not so respectfully, but you know, it's like, no, mm-mm. But yet you can run the choir and the usher boards and every other aspect. But
they love that.
You're not entitled to the same benefits as everybody else simply because of how you love. Sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, the church is a whole different issue.
Yes, it is. Are you frozen, JaVonne?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this whole if y'all can see the behind the scenes shenanigans.
You're moving. You're moving.
Yeah, it's I'm moving now.
Yes, Brandon, this is radio for the inquisitive mind and the sophisticated ear. It's not turning rated R. Hush, baby.
All right, I'm gonna bring some info in.
Let's go.
Because I know JaVonne's gonna go into some other stuff. So our Rescue America plan by Mr. Scott of Florida, since you brought up Florida. So last week we spoke about the education system. So this week I want to bring in what they call the colorblind equality. And I'm going to bring in that based on something that I read earlier. So thanks to our, I guess, beautiful government, there was something, West Virginia bar sued over board seat designated for Black member. Okay, so that was about 20 hours ago that the National Organization Opposed to Race and Gender Preferences on Thursday sued leaders of the West Virginia State Bar, claiming a policy that sets aside one seat on its governing board for a Black member is discriminatory. The lawsuit filed in West Virginia federal court is the latest in a string of challenges to diversity and inclusion programs at bar associations across the country in wake of the U.S. Supreme Court's 2023 ban on affirmative action. So the complaint states that the Foundation Against Intolerance and Racism alleged that designating a seat on the state bar's 26-person board of governors for a Black member and limiting voting for that seat only for a Black bar member violates Equal Protection Clause and the 15th Amendment, which protects the right to vote regardless of race. Now, isn't that something how they use the same amendment to their advantage? But we're saying that we have the right to vote regardless of race, but y'all do everything to stop us from voting.
Hypocrisy is the number one.
Oh my goodness, man! It's real. It is so real.
Oh yeah,
it's nefarious.
Whew. So the state's bar board implements invidious racial exclusions for nominations, elections, and voting procedures. Okay, so they're trying to fight, and they said that West Virginia filed one day before New Jersey appellate court in a case brought in 2021 by a New Jersey lawyer, ruled that New Jersey State Bar Association practice of designating certain seats on its governing board and other committees for individuals from unprecedented groups does not violate state discrimination laws. But they filed, so that's what New Jersey is saying. But of course, Virginia's trying to say it does. So I wanted to bring that to our attention regarding the colorblind equality. So they said that we are going to eliminate racial politics in America. This is what they say that their second thing is on this Rescue America plan by Scott. People will not be judged by color of their skin, but by the content of their character. We all made in the image of God. To judge a person on the color of their epidermis is immoral.
Where have I heard that quote?
We will stop dividing people by race. We will begin a nation where people will be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Ban the box government will not ask American citizens to disclose their race. No government policy can be based on race. Our military will engage in zero diversity training, teaching on critical race theory or any woke ideology, indoctrination that derives our troops. Military leadership that prioritizes racial politics over security of our country must be relieved of their duties. America will strive to provide equal opportunity to everyone, but will not guarantee equal outcomes. And we will simply do not give a damn what color anyone's skin is. That's colorblind future America deserves.
Let me just say this. If they're going to take that checkbox off, y'all need to start naming your children Kenneth, Samantha, Abigail,
Right,
Rachel.
John, Mark.
If you want to challenge that, name him Naquan and see if Naquan will ever work.
So the point of this, I'm doing it in 3 stages. So now I want to move because they're trying to claim that, you know, they don't look at these things. It's not important. So let me challenge them on this, what I found. So Florida Supreme Court justices. Since 1846, there have been 93 justices in Florida. Guess how many are black or of color?
You tell us.
5. 5 out of 93.
Well, there have
3
been
were
40,
men.
there have been 47 presidents. 46 so far. One of them was black. I mean, and he was half black and dead.
They were questioning what's his name back in the day.
Clinton.
we did think he was the first black president.
Yeah.
Until we got a real one, right?
So we have 5. 3 were men, 2 were women, and they were. So we have 1 black woman right now. Her name is Justice Renata Francis, and she was appointed in 2022. She goes up for retention merit in 2030, right? Because they have their 6 years, and then they have to be voted in again. And then we have, one second, let me see if I had it up. Then we had, let me go back further. So our first black woman justice was Peggy Eunice. She was the 79th. And she was from 2008 to 2010, which was right at the heat of our recession in 2008, right? The first male was, child, go all the way down here. I went the wrong way because you do not see any black.
So, but here's
Joseph Woodrow Hatchett. He was a 65th in 75 to 79.
Here's the thing. If people were selected on their merit alone,
Right.
we would be celebrating Harris becoming president.
That is my point.
If we took
Mm-hmm.
accomplishments, stances, and those sort of things, and put them on paper, and did not attribute a party to it, and did not attribute a face to it, no picture,
Correct.
no picture,
Mhm.
just what have you done,
Right.
and what do you want to do?
Your accomplishments,
And on
your
one
studies.
It's going to say I was the attorney general, I was a senator, I was the vice president, and I want to go after price gougers. I want to help new homeowners get their first houses. I want to give, and the other page, well, I have 5 different babies from 3 different babies' mamas, and I cheated with the last one with a porn star, and I was a reality TV star because they really made it look like I was.
Oh! I know who you're talking about.
And they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But I'm just saying, you put it down on paper. With that's what it is. Just take away the R and the D. You take away the picture. You just post the qualifications and the intentions.
Sex. No, right. Because even that matters. Right.
And then who gets picked. So until they're going to do that, then they can't say that they're not worried about what people look like. Because if I have to come in for an interview, you done fucked up.
Yeah. And that's the whole point of me doing it that way. That it is the most hypocritical thing I've ever read. We already know it will not be based on merit. It will not. Right. I watched something on YouTube. It was someone doing an interview with a couple of Hispanic people, 2 that were Democrat, 1 black lady. It was a black woman, a Hispanic Democrat male, and then a female and male Republican who voted for Trump, Louise, and 2 voted for Harris. And the thing that stood out to me on that whole interview was how the Hispanic woman said, when they said, well, why wouldn't you? She said, she's a complete idiot. She's stupid as hell. I listened to the disdain in her voice and the conviction behind it. And I thought to myself, you say somebody who has so much behind her. When they said that to her about she's a district attorney. She was, title don't mean anything.
Not in your world.
Title means nothing. But then in about 3 minutes later, she's talking about she has a marketing degree. And all I kept thinking to myself was, no matter what we do or what we accomplish, we will always have to be challenged with people like that. Especially being a Black woman. As much as VP Harris has done and accomplished in her life, people like that, Hispanic woman who thinks that she, for some reason, has some kind of, I don't know, stronghold on America and she's just a reincarnation of something, I have no idea. But the fact that she came out with such stance of hatred in her voice against VP Harris shows exactly what this here America stands on.
Pop says, as of December 20th, 2024, 301 African Americans have served on the federal bench. I think right now is a good time for a Black History moment. Let's see if I could pull it off without the whole fucking Mac exploding.
Oh, God.
Because the shenanigans on this side, if y'all saw this, y'all be like, I'm just trying to keep a straight face because I cannot afford to buy another one of these motherfuckers now. Stop. Okay, let me get it up. Share my screen. Let's see. Let's get it up. Get it up. Yep.
Please hold.
President John F. Kennedy to
Let's start that again. He's going too fast. He's going too fast. He must be white. Go ahead.
Patricia Harris, born in Mattoon, Illinois on May 31st, 1924, showed a drive for excellence while young. She went on to attend Howard University and in 1945 graduated summa cum laude. In 1960, Harris graduated from George Washington University Law School and afterwards was selected by President John F. Kennedy to co-chair the National Women's Committee for Human Rights. During 1965, President Lyndon Johnson chose her to become the U.S. ambassador to Luxembourg. This made Harris the first Black woman to serve as an American ambassador. She was also an alternate delegate to the 21st and 22nd General Assemblies of the United Nations. Following her diplomatic career, Harris became the first Black dean of an American law school at Howard University. During the 1970s, President Jimmy Carter selected her as Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. With this confirmation, Harris became the first Black woman to serve as a cabinet secretary.
Sleeplessness,
mood swings, brain fog,
vaginal dryness. We need to talk.
Vaginal dryness.
Washington, D.C. And the woman. Hi, I'm Sharon Pratt. I'm the founding director of the Institute of Politics, Policy, and History, housed on the campus of the University of the District of Columbia. And I suspect the reason I'm talking with you today is that I was also the first African-American woman to become mayor of a major American city when in 1991, I became mayor of my hometown, Washington, D.C. And the woman who in many ways inspired me was Patricia Roberts Harris. I was very lucky. I attended Howard University. And while I was there, my humanities instructor was Toni Morrison. My sociology professor was E. Franklin Frazier, and the dean of women was Patricia Roberts Harris, who later became also one of my law school professors. Patricia Roberts Harris set the bar for me and for so many others. I was so excited when she became the chair of the Credentials Committee of the Democratic National Committee during a very intense election, and later became the very first woman to be a part of a cabinet when she became Secretary of HUD, Housing and Urban Development. Just having her before me, knowing that it could be done and do it with such elegance and such grace, such resolve and such intelligence was a source of tremendous inspiration. She expanded my imagination and my horizon. So I'm very, very grateful to her and will always be.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about the vaginal dryness. But it had to be said. For some reason, it just had to be shared. Things happen, you know. Yeah, so she died in 1985 of breast cancer. But I thought that today, because it is the anniversary of her becoming it was December 21st, 1976. Patricia Roberts Harris became the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. And she served in that position for 2 years until 79. She was later appointed as the U.S. Secretary of Health by Jimmy Carter.
I like Jimmy Carter as a president.
Me too. And she was the first African-American woman to become a cabinet member, a U.S. ambassador, and lead a law school. She was born in Illinois, and she went to Howard. She's also someone that we probably will not read about in history books, especially post Project 2025.
Oh, it's gonna mean
right.
Okay, so you're getting rid of books, and so that means everything just has to be online. So we have to create a Reading Rainbow website where you can get all the information you need through links. And no, it won't be bound in books and things that you can burn in your libraries. It'll just be video libraries and YouTube type education, because you know YouTube is its own university once you sort through all the mess. But you know.
Yep.
Wow.
Pop he remembers she was honored with a post office stamp that was issued January 27th, 2000.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's that. And another historical event. Let's see if I can get this up. And I know this will make Brandon happy if he's still around. Today is a basement alumni's birthday. And with that, we will do a rapid fire. Ta-da!
Oh. Where's Indira's? Where's Melini's birthday?
Yes, it is.
Oh, so that makes her a Sag. No. Yeah. Yeah. A Sag and an Aries. Oh, a Sagittarius with an Aries mama. That's interesting.
A lot of fire in that house.
Mm-hmm. Through the fire, through the kitchen and the walls. So did you get snowy near your way, Gigi?
I had a lot. But,
Okay. How about down? How about down in your way, Mrs. Claus?
Oh, so you're not getting that. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Hold on. Did not know. Hold on. I thought y'all were getting the video. Hold on.
Mm-mm. It's still on our end.
Hold on. Because it's all up in my ear. The whole thing is going on. Okay, hold on here. Let's try this again. It's Melini's birthday. A big shout out.
Shout out to Melini, aka Indira Khan.
That's right.
Y'all don't get no snow in Manhattan, Otis. Here we go.
Hi, this is Indira Khan, and you're listening to and watching Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Just the first thing that comes to mind. Let it out.
This is scary. Let's go.
Okay.
I love it.
Ready? Okay, you ready? All right. Love.
Hate.
Disco.
Tight pants.
Champagne.
Sex.
Music.
Crying.
Black folks.
Good food.
Harmony.
Love.
All right, JaVonne, you up next. I think we'll be able to get a couple of rounds with Indira.
I know this is dope. I mean, I'm loving the answers. All right. Food.
Oh. Juicy.
Sex.
Tight.
Personality.
Wild.
Red.
Red?
Red.
Bread or red? I'm sorry.
Red. R-E-D.
Oh, red. Passion.
Fruit.
Juicy again? Sorry.
Go ahead, Rez. Give her 5 more.
All right, I'm gonna go this way with it. JaVonne, you ready?
I'm ready. Wherever you go, I will follow.
Prince.
King.
Barry White.
Lovemaking.
Whitney.
Drugs.
Shaka.
Fire.
Dionne Warwick.
Beach.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Chest hair.
I love you.
Wow.
That's what I thought of immediately. I saw his chest. I saw the little taco meat. It was that.
Wow. You're up, JaVonne.
Okay.
You stuck, JaVonne. You're stuck.
Just here. I love it. I love it. Okay. And here, and see, okay, and this is what also has me stuttering. Your wife, Terez, she's writing tight, juicy, passion. Come on, man.
She's on fire. This is the most I've seen her.
I have never seen Monifa comment so much on any of our broadcasts, but I love it. You see what you bring out in people, Indira?
That's what's up. I love it then. Great.
So do I. All right. So I'm going to go with Minnie Riperton.
Songbird.
Aretha Franklin.
Everything.
Mickey Howard.
True.
Monifa.
Sexy.
No.
You wrong.
All right. Funk.
Sweaty.
Thank you so much. You know what? You are the bomb.
You are so dope.
It's so much fun. I wish.
Oh man. Hey.
Jackie Miller.
Hi.
And your wife is watching, Monifa.
Hey, Monifa.
Yep.
Do you really want to touch it? Do you really want me tonight?
And incidentally,
yeah, that song got me in too much trouble. That song is Trouble with a capital T.
Well, yeah.
Stop playing. Obviously, I love you.
I love her too.
Yeah, I'm talking about your energy.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see I'm an energy person, so.
Yeah, me too. But
I can feel the like-minded energy.
Yes, absolutely. So, hopefully, we'll get to do that.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, baby.
Awesome.
I hope that doesn't mean that you start beating me up the way Monifa does. I swear.
Absolutely, I'll train her well.
Never. I come of love. I just come of love.
Thank you. I hope y'all heard that. I hope y'all.
I love that little baby laugh.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I love that.
Nice. We've had some really good. I like the way you talk about fires. Yes. Happy birthday, Indira.
Yeah, man. Hello. Actually, Indira's mother saw that interview. And then when she came on the next time, she came on because I was trying to hook her up with Raheem Devon. And so her mother actually posted the second time she was on, and so and commented a little bit. So people don't really know that because she did it incognito, but because she support her baby, and Malini too, but
hell no.
Oh my gosh,
Happy birthday,
JaVonne.
Malini.
I
Love you,
caught
girl.
that.
Love you, Malini. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
You have to stay with it. You have to stay with your arms braced when she gets on this.
You
So
don't know
you
what she
never
gonna
know
say.
what's going to fly out her mouth. She still manages to take my breath away, to catch me out there, Gigi. And I
I
give
had to
away.
think for a second. I was like, oh, okay. I got it. Oh,
The best, I think, that always still keeps me laughing is the interview with Mesa that we did. And Mesa was like, okay. And I'm cracking up because, like if you don't see it coming, your reaction is so organic to me. Like her and Richard Pryor Jr.
Yeah.
Because they're in our intro.
Yes.
Hilarious. And he's like,
yeah. I have to do some more editing when either I have some time or I feel better. Which might, for some miraculous reason, you talk about Shaka Khan and all of a sudden the computer decides to work again. It lost that yellow color. I don't know what that was. I don't know what was going on.
They're sending us a FedEx to the basement for Monday morning with papers. And see, we'll run into Shaka and then it'll be on.
I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything this time. Actually, the show began in the beginning. The show was the concept of the show and the original JaVonne doing a podcast was because I wanted people to know about Shaka Khan music.
That's the reason you started it. I remember.
I wanted to share Shaka Khan with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to give a shout out to a young man named Randy Wilson, who was also a Shakaholic. And I don't give people that title. You got to prove to me your love. You got to prove.
You got to fight.
And Randy was 100% a Shakaholic. And I recently and we met through our love of Shaka on a Shaka page. And I love Shaka this way, I love Shaka that. Of course, I outdid it because I'm older, so I've loved her longer. So sorry, Randy. But we went back and forth and we grew a friendship and would share certain things online. We were both at certain concerts at the same time, but we didn't know each other were going to be there and we didn't meet up and whatever. But we built a friendship around our love of Shaka Khan. And I just found out on social media that he passed away. So I'm so very sorry. And I will love her double on your behalf as well as mine. It's so funny and it's an easy thing to do because I remember going to a Shaka Khan concert, believe it or not. Her mom was in the audience that night and I was sitting up as close as I possibly could as usual. And she said, I'm going to sing this song to my mother who's here with us tonight. And she sang My Funny Valentine. And the way she sang it that night, on this particular night, I felt so bad because I had not been loving her enough. It was like, oh my God.
I was not expecting you to say
I've been doing you wrong, baby.
Brace yourself. Brace yourself.
I should have loved you more.
Brace yourself. That's all I got.
I wasn't true enough. My God.
She goes to the light with her left blinker on and makes a right turn.
I love some Shaka Khan. But
oh my gosh, that was left field. I had no idea that's where you were going with that.
The truth and nothing but.
Gigi, do you have anyone put you on the spot? Do you have anyone in your lifetime who can be kind of nothing equates to JaVonne's love of Shaka Khan. I'll just say that. But do you have any artists that you have an affinity for?
I say I listen to a lot of. I really shouldn't say it, but every time I'm in the car, first thing I probably go to and hear that plays on my phone is Shaka Khan.
Okay. Okay. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
She is. When I normally get in the car, if I want to listen, I always through the fire. You just.
Yep.
Okay, so when you're in a bubbly mood, who do you reach for?
Bubbly. If I'm in a bubbly mood, oh gosh, what songs do I play? I like the 90s. I like to go back to the old school 80s, 90s sometimes.
All right, so let me set the scene for you then. Okay. It is the party of the century. Everybody that Gigi loves is going to be in the building. You're going to have food there. It's going to stimulate all your senses. So Gigi gets dressed. She's looking good. She's spraying herself. She's smelling good. She goes outside. She gets in the car. Gigi's hype. Got to put some sounds on. You got to drive for about an hour to get to where you need to go. You're throwing some sounds on. Who you thinking about?
Oh God, it's so hard. So many.
Well, you can spit out more than one.
Okay, so I would say I'll listen to some of the old school. I'll listen to New Edition. I'll throw on New Edition. I'll even throw on some Lost Boys. I'll throw on Alexander O'Neal.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Sunshine. That is my song. Oh my gosh. I will cry every time at the end. And then I'll even switch it up and put on some Kirk Franklin and some Leandra. Like, yeah, those are so many. Gosh, Prince and Bobby Brown, the old school original Bobby Brown. Even the one with him and Whitney together. Like, that's one of my songs I like.
Okay, something in common.
Michael Jackson, the one with, oh my gosh, one of my favorite songs. The old school Michael Jackson, we're talking about Off the Wall and
nice.
Yes, I think I was just listening to that last week when I was driving down further South Jersey. I had on I played all the off the Wall and Michael Jackson I was playing. Yeah.
That's nice. What about you, JaVonne? Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
What?
Just like what?
The party of the century. JaVonne decides she's coming out the basement. Boom. She's coming out the basement. It's going to have food there. Everybody that she loves is in the building. She's got her fresh threads on. Boom, boom, bop. She's got all the drip. She's coming out. She's sprayed. She's looking good. She's getting in the car. She's got to drive an hour away to get to the spot. What you putting on? What you putting on?
Shaka Khan.
The whole hour?
At least. I might throw some Jill Scott in there. And, I'm mellow. I'm gonna be mellow. Unless I'm feeling housey, like if I'm then I'm gonna be playing Barbara Tucker and Kenny and house music. I'm gonna play some Robin S and Ultra Nate and all that. Just gonna house it up a little bit, or maybe play R&B, just or maybe some big band shit. It depends on where I'm going. Has nothing to do with the destination. Whatever I might be listening to a damn audio book.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. Mo's listening to a lot more audiobooks in the car. I'll get in and she's finishing up a book, so I'll just have to
Yeah,
wait.
what's she listening to now?
I don't even know. So many, like, I don't know the titles and I don't ask. I can't talk while the thing is on because she's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, and I'll just listen. And if it's something that strikes my fancy, I'll ask her what it is. But usually it's something that she's already in the middle of, you know.
But if I need to get gassed up for something,
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm gonna play LaBelle.
Ooh.
What can I do for you? What can you do for me? What can I do for you?
Not.
What can you do for me?
Okay. Lord. Love.
People want truth, yeah, or nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What about you, Rez? What you listen?
Yeah. What about you?
Ooh, you know what I'm almost craving, like salted peanuts. And for those who know me, that's a definite anyway. I get in I go like Dionne Warwick classics. 2 songs that I have to hear. Now, ironically, one Dionne made popular, but I don't want her version of it only because of what Whitney did to Alfie. Right? I love Dionne's Alfie, love Whitney's Alfie. But Deja Vu, definitely, that's definitely one that I put on immediately. Like just something about the intro, dun, 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 and I can play that over and over again. It's for me, it's mostly classics, you know. And then if I want to hear something contemporary, I'll do like house, you know. We were playing. I was talking because Mo and Rochelle Fleming became online friends. You know, they both Aquarians, and for one of Mo's birthdays, Rochelle posted, you know, a picture of them two together, and I was trying to share with her how broad that catalog is from First Choice to Rochelle stepping solo. And there was some songs playing. I was like, there you go again. And she's like, well, who's that? I said, that's Rochelle Fleming, babe. You know her. She's like, wait a minute, that's her too? And I was like, yes. You know, like so many.
One of her most recent songs when she came on the show not too long ago, that shit is hot. I can't think of the name of it right now. And because of the condition of the computer, I can't pull it up. But yeah, that's another person who is a legend, but people don't know she's a goddamn legend, you know, because people don't know her name the way they should know her name.
You know why that is? I think that, and I think I contributed to when you're in a group and you start out, because the group's name, particularly the group, you know, breaks barriers and is very popular. You get known for being in the group. Now, unfortunately, I think that usually the lead singer, if there is one, but the lead singer has to do a breakout to earn their own name in that, you know. Now we are from we're Liner Note kids, so we'll know each individual group member's name, you know what I mean? Like, and that didn't start until later on, you know. You knew who the Supremes were, but they were the Supremes publicly until, you know, Diana Ross did the breakout. Destiny's Child the same way, you know. So I think back in the disco era, it was the same, you know. So until she went solo, you know, you really didn't know unless you follow. See, it's hard for me to think outside of the head that I have because I'm going to know the individuals if I like the group, you know. And we recently had a death this week of
from Chic.
Now she was the second second lead singer right after Norma Jean. Alpha Anderson passed away.
Yeah.
But she was the one that led Le Freak, you know.
Oh, Le Freak. Yeah.
And that was like the song that took them into the Hall of Fame, and you know, but the original singer we all know was Norma Jean. Norma Jean she's still kicking, you know. But you know, like take me to disco eras. What's your favorite era?
My favorite era?
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say
or genre. Maybe I should say that genre.
Yeah, when it comes to R&B, I think I'm a early 90s, late 80s kind of person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would say
Yeah.
early. But I like some of the old. I even go further back than that. And then some of my friends be like, "What are you listening to?"
I mean, don't get me wrong, Gigi. I could go back there with you too, because that's my growing up, you know.
Yeah,
And
but definitely that.
yeah, but also, you know, I love the neo soul era, so that's early 2000s. I love neo soul. That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all listen to Hidden Beach?
Records?
The Hidden Beach records, yeah, for the just the jazz mix.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in here at work, I'll have that on.
Doesn't Michael Jordan own Hidden Beach or a piece of it?
I'm not sure.
I think so. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Hidden Beach has a lot of talent on the roster. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Pop. I love me some Stevie Wonder.
Yes, Stevie all day.
If I had to go males, you know, because everybody knows who my favorite is, so we don't have to go there. But in terms of males, it'd be Stevie, Luther, Michael, Prince, probably in that order for me.
Musical. There's when you talk about genius.
and Mr. Ron Isley.
Woo!
Okay.
Make me say
it again, girl. Oh my God, make me say it again. One time somebody made me say it again. That shit is when somebody makes you say it again, that against your very will in that sexy way, and I want to feel like that all the time. I just can't. But oh my God. If somebody makes you say it, makes you because you want them so bad that you yeah. Okay. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
Yes. Thanks, Pop. I thought that was it. I remember around the time when
Kendrick.
Oh yeah, Kendrick Family Soul. Yes, Kendrick.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Kendrick for sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Anyway, party people, I know we started late, but we are also now ending late. It is 18 minutes after the hour. And so, therefore, we are going to bid you adieu and wish you all a very nice weekend. Here's somebody who could
holiday too. Happy holiday.
Make me say it again. Haven't said it the first time, but I will say it again should she ask me to. And if you want proof of that, watch her rapid fire, which I'm not going to show you. But yeah. That was all a conundrum wrapped up in a puzzle. Okay.
She's JaVonne.
She be wrapped up in her head, boy.
Yes.
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Everybody have a wonderful holiday with your family.
Yes.
Be safe.
Happy February, everybody.
Stay warm. Take care of each other.
What's up, y'all? This is Dawn Robinson, formerly of In Vogue and Lucy Pearl, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. My girls. I love y'all.
Hi, this is Mason. You're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Perfect.
Leon, that's right, Leon, for some of your favorite movies, and I'm at brunch in the basement with Terez and JaVonne. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Stay here with me.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artist or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today.
Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. Whatever it is, it's gonna be good. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
Horses though, Jay. She's got
I'm gonna send y'all some. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out.
You can send me some cologne, because I mean, you know. Yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.